All right, so on our sneaker reselling journey, we've talked a lot about hype sneakers and hitting the resale market. Now, how that usually happens is a hype sneaker comes out, the demand doesn't meet how many people want it, and then boom, the price just skyrockets. And that's how you see a $120 shoe become a $500 shoe. Now, what we haven't covered and what a lot of people haven't covered is brick and how to flip brick. And no, not them kind of bricks. Anyway, I'm talking about brick sneakers. And I know you probably asking if you're not hip, like, bro, what is a brick? And here's the definition of bricks, and I'm gonna read it. Bricks, a hype sneaker bought strictly for resale that end up not being as profitable as first predicted or not selling at all. Now, bricks aren't just necessarily hype sneakers that ended up bricking. What a brick is simply a shoe that does not have a crazy demand and have crazy hype around it. See, the resale market is actually similar to stocks. It's crazy unpredictable. And sometimes even the experts who make the predictions end up being wrong. Now, we most recently seen a brick with the Jordan Fire Red 4. The perceived hype was there, and that's honestly because the Fire Red 4 is a classic sneaker. I mean, I wanted it for me and my son. However, it bricked for that exact same reason. See, the Fire Red 4 is one of those shoes that is actually a classic. But the thing is, everybody does want them, so the demand is there. The value is real tricky because it's also one of those shoes, because it's a classic, is gonna retro and come out again. So the value never really gets a chance to shoot up on those. If you miss this release, it's likely you're gonna have another chance at them in about a year or two, as these retro pretty frequently. And sometimes after all the hard work of acquiring a limited shoe, striking out time and time again, it can be a little discouraging. So I made this video for people who want to jump into the resale game and don't feel like they can hit on the crazy hype releases, or simply just don't have the startup capital to jump into the game. You can start your sneaker empire selling bricks. Just don't say that out loud without any type of context. All right, so the very first thing I'm gonna tell you about flipping brick sneakers is that it's all information and research based. So I'm gonna tell you where and how to buy bricks, and I'm also gonna tell you where and how to sell them all at the same time. So listen up. The first way we're gonna talk about is in store. So essentially what we're doing is we're walking in these stores and we're getting shoes that are readily available that didn't sell out, once again, which is why they're bricks. So it's the Foot Lockers, Champs, Shoe Palace, places like that. And it's actually very similar to the department store sneaker hustle that we covered in another video. All you're doing is walking in these stores, checking out the shoes. Now, usually at Foot Locker and Champs and places like this, there's shoes that are on sale with the red tag, right? They have shoes that are on sale and are marked down considerably from retail value. So all you do is you take the shoe, you look on the insole. Usually on the tag, there's a SKU number, SKU, and I'm gonna put that big on the screen. And it's simple. You just look that number up on StockX, you look that number up on eBay. On eBay, you go to the sold listing tabs, and that'll tell you not only the value, but how often they're selling. If you see a profit margin there, then push the button. Now, there's a few factors that you also wanna look at when you're selling on StockX. Wanna look at how frequent the shoe is selling. You need to see 2 sales a week. If you can justify this by saying, okay, this shoe is selling twice a week, then boom, it's worth your time. You're not gonna hold those too long. Then you want to look at the actual payout. See, the way StockX works is that there's a lowest ask and then there's a highest bid. If you were to hit sell on any shoe on StockX, you would see the highest bid on each side. When you click that size, it will show you exactly how much the payout would be if you sold at a given price. Only sell if your payout will net you some sort of profit. Now that we talked about the in-store way, let's talk about if you maybe live too far from a store or just simply can't make it. You can still flip bricks online, as the whole World Wide Web is at your fingertips. It's arguable that these same stores actually have better deals online. And listen up to the end, because when it's gonna get good online, I promise. Because online you can take advantage of different savings and discounts that you wouldn't be able to do in store, which can really add to your profit sometimes. Now, I've told y'all in the past about the cook group that I'm in, and trust me, it's amazing. I still advise you to join a brick flipping cook group, because as I told you in the beginning, this game is all information and research based. And in these type of groups, somebody actually does that for you. Now, if you can't afford a cook group, I completely understand. So I'm gonna take you through just a quick rundown of how you can find out which shoes to give you a quick rundown of how you can find out which shoes might net you some profit. All right, so you check the major retailers, like I said, the stores that I told you to go to. We call these, in the sneaker world, we call these foot stores or foot sites, okay? That's Foot Locker, Champs, places like that. And actually the process is really similar to how I told you on how to do it in store. You go inside, you go on the website, you click the sale tab, you open you another tab on the side in StockX, and you just start copy and pasting names of shoes or SKUs, whichever one you want to do, and then check out the value on StockX. Once again, go to as if you're gonna sell it, look at the price for the size, and if you can net a profit, then there you go. Now this is real important, so listen up, because this is something a lot of people miss. Different sizes of shoes are more valuable than the other. When you go on StockX and you hit sell, just because the size that you originally picked doesn't have profit, look around at the other sizes. You might see a size 13 might be more valuable. Now, this part is important too. Here's some pro tips and also further proof why online is definitely available to everybody and is definitely gonna help. So there's a service called Rakuten, and I'm actually gonna put my code on here because if you sign up, you get 10 bucks free and I get 10 bucks free. But what Rakuten is basically, it's a service and it gives you cash back for shopping. And I ain't gonna lie, it's usually small percents. However, if you plan on doing this consistently, then it can really add up. Also, don't just check out as a guest. Become members of some of these foot sites. Put your email in, make an account, because sometimes they give you really good discounts that can really knock so much off of a shoe that it can make a shoe that wasn't profitable, it'll give you some room for profits. Definitely take advantages of those discounts. Also, I strongly advise you to join a cook group. The one I'm in has a dedicated brick flipping server, and that alone is super valuable because all this information and all the time that it does take to do all this stuff that I told you, there's somebody that does it for you. And so all you have to do is go by when they tell you, hey, there's some profit on this shoe. I will link it below. Use discount code RICO15. And when you get on the inside, hey, let me know. Also, I'm gonna do a vote. If y'all want me to do a challenge like I'm doing the 100 to 1,000 with sneaker reselling, if y'all want me to do a brick flipping challenge, let me know. And that's gonna determine if I do one or not. If you're interested in sneaker reselling or sneaker bots, check out one of these videos up on the screen. Let's attack this Monday. I love everybody out there. Shout out to Notification Gang. Let's get